If you are positive, you better bless this space. If you are negative, you better get up out our face. If you are positive, you better bless this space. If you are negative, you better get up out our face. If you are positive, you better bless our space. If you are negative, you better get up out our faces.
And that's on who?
That.
Period.
Right up, Anita. We have Apollo here to join us today. Welcome, welcome, everybody.
Yes, welcome everybody back to another episode of Witches and Weebs, where otaku and spirituality come together to create a harmonious community of witches and weebs. I am Azari.
I'm Space. That's Apollo.
That is Abuelito. And today, this episode is brought to you by Broke Bitches for self-care.
Absolutely. This goes in hand with last week, which is why I wanted to do this one this week.
Yeah, we got Broke Bitch Witch Tips, and now we have Broke Bitch Spirituality Tips for self-care.
Well, yeah, I mean, self-care is basically just being in tune with yourself and being in line with yourself spiritually. That fits.
Yeah, and if you have the means, I love that for you. It's derogatory because it's not me, and I wish I was rich. But you know what? I'm genuinely happy for you. I'm just envious that it's not me.
It's okay to be a little envious so long as you don't wish bad upon others, because honestly, how else do you figure what you want?
Then I'll wish diarrhea on you.
Honestly, inconveniences are the people get over dramatic things, but give me diarrhea and I will hate you for life. If I know someone gave me diarrhea through witchcraft, I would hate them forever. Because what do you mean I had swamp butt because of you?
'Cause you inconvenienced me. Diarrhea.
Dude. Inconveniences are the best thing to wish upon others if they truthfully wrong you, because they'll remember being inconvenienced.
Never death. Don't wish death on anybody, because that can severely backfire. Oh
yeah, absolutely. Because that's just a negative thing that you're thinking about and attracting to you. It's not really. I'm gonna look away from using the term backfire for that situation, because I don't think that spells backfire. What are you doing? Okay. Did you need attention? Okay. He got attention. Anyway, I don't think that spells backfire. I think that they attract negativity. So yeah, if you wish death upon others, you're gonna be attracting that kind of situation around you. It's gonna affect you.
In short, karma.
Yeah,
that's much it. That's mostly what it is. It's just karma. Karma.
Oh my god. Ooh. Nance just does not want to do what I want him to do. That's fine. He's just doing his stuff. Lay down, Alpolito, please. Anyway, let's get into actually why we're here.
Right,
which is self-care tips. We already started on a tangent, and oh, guess what? I didn't start recording.
Oh, that's fine. I have your audio.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna start recording now because it sounds better on my end, and we'll just explain that Space is dumb. Fuck yeah. Anyway, like we talked about last week, witchcraft doesn't need money, same as taking care of yourself doesn't need money. And there are levels of self-care. It's not just taking care of your hair and putting nails on and putting your makeup on. That's not self-care. That's just an element of how you want to present yourself. Self-care is things like mentally self-caring for yourself by writing down your thoughts, feelings, and journaling. Physically taking care of yourself by working out, making sure you get good meals in you. There's emotionally working self-care, which again is journaling, really, but it's celebrating your wins and looking at yourself in that kind of, like, you're a child again and you want your child to be very confident and feel special. And then there's also social self-care, which is hanging out with your friends, going out, existing in the presence of others.
I'm gonna double back because I personally like to use makeup as a form of self-care. Not because it's like, oh, it helps me look pretty and enhances my features, but I like it as an artistic expression. So
yeah, I want to I'm just saying this in a way of, you don't need to go out and buy makeup.
Yeah, don't, if you like makeup but you don't have the means to buy makeup, don't rely on doing your makeup as a form of self-care, because you will be depressed a lot.
Absolutely. That is what I'm trying to say. I'm not saying that makeup can't be a part of your self-care, because it absolutely can. Trust me. It can be an artistic self-care. It can be part of social self-care. It could be a part of mental self-care. It could be all kind of part of self. It just doesn't need to be a part of your self-care.
In regards
I
to
love makeup.
money in general, like, yeah, we love getting our nails done. We love getting pedicures. We love getting our hair done. We love getting the wigs and the makeup. But it's not essential to self-care, like Space said. Most monetary things, if you cannot purchase those things, don't try to lump it into a category where that makes you feel happy. Because then when you don't have that, what are you gonna do? If you keep relying on that and then you don't have the means to have it, what are you gonna do? You're gonna be in the rut, and then you're not gonna be able to get out until you have the means to do those things again. So that's what we're mostly talking about. We're trying to do self-care without the monetary purposes.
Because at the end of the day, money is just energy, and you need to attract that kind of energy. And if you don't feel it here, or like physically here, you're not going to attract the money.
Mm-hmm.
So you need to start taking care of mental, emotional, physical, so you can attract that energy.
Yep. I agree.
Because the one thing about these super rich people, oh my goodness. You're just a disaster. You're just a disaster today. Why are you like this? Oh my god, he's purring so loud. Anyway, he's got to go down now because he's torn up my desk. The one thing about these rich people is that they take very good care of themselves. They're working out 2-3 times a week. They make their schedule work for them. They don't get brutalized by their schedule. You know what I mean?
Kinda.
It's like they work around, okay, I get up at 7 a.m. every morning. Then from 7 a.m. to 8 a.m., I do 15 minutes of journaling, 15 minutes of working out, feed myself, shower, all my day-to-day activities. They've built that into their schedule. That is their habit. That is their self-care. They do that every day without fail.
Right.
And then they go on to do their monetary energy work, whatever brings them money. Their self-care comes first.
That can, yeah. People with like money.
I'm telling you, money. Their self-care comes first. They'll call out of work, no problem.
And what are you gonna do about it?
Exactly. There's nothing you're gonna do about it. So I think that we do need to take a lesson, even if we can't really spend that kind of time and energy because of, work and all that kind of stuff. We can still take a lesson of starting to put our self-care first.
Mm-hmm.
And then everything else will follow once you start putting yourself first.
Right. You don't need the spa. You don't need the trip to Cancun. All of these lavish things that people basically glorify, which it's not a bad thing if you have the money, but all of the things that those people glorify that you can't afford are not necessarily things that you should it's not something that you should think about in the moment, but it is something that you would want to add to your bucket list later down the line when you acquire those things.
Absolutely. Slap that shit on a vision board.
Right. That's
But it doesn't-
manifestation. You can use that as a reference for your manifestation so you can get to that point too. But yeah,
So-
don't let anybody convince you that if you want to take care of yourself properly, you have to do all of these super expensive, super Instagram post-worthy things.
Or you have to spend $800 on 80 different body scrubs because you're just tearing your skin apart. Stop.
Also, spoiler
Your
alert,
pores.
you can make your own scrub. Get you some
Yeah.
sugar, some oil, something else.
Coconut oil. I think there's a couple other ingredients. Ooh, that would be a fun video. Us learn how to make our own body scrub.
I know how to make scrubs.
So
I just don't
we
remember
could-
what to put in there.
Well, we just need to figure out what. That's the thing. We need to learn the ingredients, Mia. Anyway.
I don't remember. I know them. I just don't remember them right now. That's different.
Yes, honestly, that's a vibe. That is really different. It's 100% different. But we'll talk about all kind of different self-cares that are physical, mental, emotional, and social. We're gonna go through the whole line of them because it's all a part of self-care. It's not just oh, and this is introverts. Hate to break it to you, but you'll need to reach out and talk to people.
It hurts,
It's
but it's necessary.
The more you avoid people, the harder people get to deal with.
I learned that the hard way.
The more you isolate, the harder it is to stop isolating because you just get comfortable, and we love everything that's comfortable. And being social becomes uncomfortable. So you're just like, wow, I'll just stop doing that. I'm learning that right now, actually. Because I've realized as I reach out in like Final Fantasy community kind of situation, I have a hard time talking to people.
Talking
For
to
real.
people is hard, especially when you're not that great at English. So everything that you're trying to make sound good is like. Do
Dude,
you
English
know
is
the
hard.
Elephant Man? The Elephant Man? The Elephant Man? Like, what are you
English is-
talking about?
It's like, I don't get that reference, my guy. Sorry. So where do we want to start? Physical?
Yeah, physicals. We could go down the line. We could do physical, or we could start up here and work down, or whatever.
Okay. I have it in order of physical, so we'll start there.
Mhm.
Best thing is working out. Sorry, guys. You got to get up and get that 30 minutes of exercise a day, which could literally just be 30 minutes of walking around the block.
Trust me, it worked. There was a point in time where, unfortunately, I stopped now, but I do plan on doing it again. I went to the gym every day religiously, and yeah, I wasn't used to working out, so my body got sore, my legs were sore, my arms were sore, everything was sore, but I felt good because it's like, it kind of feels like you're pushing out all of that negative energy because now you're working on your image, or you're just working on it to let off some steam and feel good about yourself. I would do arm workouts, I'd do leg workouts, I'd do squats, lift the weights, and whenever I got back, I'm like, oh, I'm tired, but I did something productive. I worked on my body. I feel good. Mentally, it feels clear because it's like, that's what's driving you. When you're in the gym, you're like, yeah. It's like pumping that adrenaline in you. You're getting a little bit of serotonin because you're happy that you're actually working on yourself. And then you've got the endorphins, and everything is just like, this feels so good. And then you just do it every day, and it just gets better and better and better. And then at some point you just start feeling good because it's like, I'm getting out, I'm working out, I'm not sitting around all day rotting or just, couch potatoing, because I am also a rotter and a couch potatoer.
Trust me, we all are, dude. Oh my god, I finally got it out of my eye. Jesus Christ.
But when you break out of those habits, it feels really good. So I absolutely recommend working out.
Yeah, and it could be so like she's talking about gym, and if you're not prepared for gym, it could literally be a nature walk for 30 minutes, walk around the block. Make sure it's a good pace of walk. Don't mosey along, but you know,
you can do
it could
home
be-
workouts with little weights if you have weights. If you don't, you can get some for cheap somewhere and they'll still be effective too.
Yoga. The best part about strength training, and I believe, is that for the most part you're using your own body weight to strengthen yourself. So you could do a lot of workouts to strengthen your muscles, strengthen your joints, just with your own body weight.
Mm-hmm.
YouTube is out there. There's plenty of very knowledgeable people on YouTube that can teach you the proper way to work out, because I don't know that shit. Make sure to always stretch. Stretching is good. If you want something to like just loosen up, dancing is also a really good way to exercise. And it's fun because you get to listen to all your favorite music. That's my favorite way of working out. I like to just slap on some headphones and dance it out. I'll come out of my bedroom like soaking wet. My husband's just like, what is wrong with you?
Did you witches? If you see a TikTok dance trend and you want to get on that train, get on it.
Learn it. Even to just record it for yourself and no one see the light of day, that's fine.
Throw it
It'll
in
give
your
you a
drafts.
workout.
Yep.
It'll give you a workout.
Like that new his name is like D Boss Man or something like that, and it's like this one. that shit's a fucking workout because it's you're moving your whole body.
There's a couple that are like super heavy workouts. I saw one that was a cosplay of Gojo and Choco, and one, they were the perfect cosplayers for real. It was so Gojo energy, and she was beautiful. But they were doing a dance that was like they were hopping back and forth, and I don't remember what it is. It's been a long time.
I saw I sent you a video on TikTok earlier today of a stop motion Gojo dance, the dance challenge on TikTok, because it originated with two cosplayers. It was one that was cosplaying Gojo and another one that was cosplaying Ghetto.
Oh shit, I didn't see that one.
It's very Gojo energy, but it's also like, even if you're just moving your body for that minute or two, you're still moving your body. You're getting rid of that rot. You're getting rid of that potato, and you're bringing some energy to your body.
Yeah, absolutely. And in all honesty, those videos are never actually just a minute, because you end up like recording 3 or 4 in a row. So you're doing like 3 or 4 minutes of straight dancing, and that's a long time of straight dancing.
Yeah, that was me with the Meg Thee Stallion one, where her Mamushi song, where it's like Okane kasegu, orere wa sta, kira. Like, so do it. Just do it.
So like by the end of it, you'll feel good and worked out and great. Also, something that is not necessarily working out, but deep breaths, doing like a box breath, like 1, 2, inhaling for 4, holding 4, let go 4, and then holding 4 again, and then repeating that. That's a good way to like calm and reset your nervous system. Do that for about a minute. Mm-hmm. That's a good physical way of self-care and getting your nervous system under control. That's also a great way of calming yourself when you might be on the verge of a panic attack or something like that.
Yep.
Gives you a reset. It's also ice is a good way to because it shocks your body, and your mind kind of goes, what are you doing? So it shocks you out of your panic attack, basically.
Low iron people winner right now. I love chewing ice.
Dude, I just like putting ice. I love icicles and popsicles, and I just will eat them like candy all time of the year.
Me too. That's why I gotta stop buying them. Otherwise, I'm just gonna turn into a popsicle.
Also, to anybody who has already spent the money on the skincare, do the fucking skincare.
Please.
We know you guys.
Do the skincare.
We know you guys have like 500 face masks that you ain't touched sitting in your closet. Go get one of them and sit in your bedroom with that face mask on and do nothing else for the time of that face mask. There you go.
I just did a charcoal face mask today. Funny enough, because I've had that thing sitting there for like weeks, and I'm like, damn, I should probably use this. Don't get the ones that have the glue in them, because there was a while ago where there was like a TikTok, not even TikTok trends, it was just a trend where people were peeling off their charcoal masks, but they were sticking to their face because whatever formula was used to make those charcoal masks had glue in them. So whenever somebody would get them in their eyebrows would like peel off when they were trying to take the masks. So just
I know, I need my eyebrows waxed, but not like that.
That wasn't even wax. That was just straight up out of your face. Like,
goddamn.
If
oh my god, I can only imagine putting a face mask on, taking it off, and
yeah, no, those
having one eyebrow completely gone.
The super mainstream ones that were cheap, dirt cheap, were the ones that were made with glue. Actual charcoal masks are not made with glue, and they don't really hurt when they're coming off of your skin. It might feel like there's something pulling, but that's just because it's extracting all of that grease and all of that buildup from your pores.
It is actually pulling something.
To hurt. Yeah, it's not supposed to hurt.
It should just feel like a tug. It should never hurt.
There's like a little pinch, but never like an excruciating, like, oh my god, like it shouldn't be pulling your skin with the mask when you're taking it off.
No. But yeah, absolutely. If you have the skincare, if you have the makeup, if you have all of those things, and that you want that to be part of your physical self-care, absolutely do that. But you do not have to go out and do it. Physical self-care, that is that kind of style, could literally be brushing your teeth and physical maintenance.
Right. Or if you have like maybe $1 or $2 to spare, you can go to like a CVS or your local grocery store or supermarket. You can buy a bottle of witch hazel, and it don't have to be a super big name brand like Thayer's or something. You can just buy a bottle of witch hazel, and it'll help clean your pores and help tone your pores too. So I definitely recommend witch hazel as a little cheap way of being able to cleanse your face without getting all of those facial cleaning products.
You do not need that many. You need like maybe 5 products that you rotate through the week. But that's a whole different conversation. These people be out here destroying their skin barrier for real. But I think
you can go outside if it's sunny. Sit outside.
Oh, yeah.
Bathe in the sun. If you like the rain, find somewhere that's not getting poured down by the rain and just enjoy how it sounds. If you're a pluviophile, this is definitely for you. Pluviophile is a person who absolutely just loves everything about the rain, from the sound to the scent to the looking at it.
Anytime in nature is good for you, not just physically, but that also leads really into the next topic of being mentally good for you. What was I saying? Oh, right. Wear sunscreen. To everybody that thinks that they don't need sunscreen, you need sunscreen.
Everybody needs sunscreen. Don't matter how much melanin you got in you, that
or don't got in you.
It's not blocking the sun rays. That thing is going right through your melanin. So please put on sunscreen.
UV rays are different than sunlight. UV, it gets through everything, my guy. It gets through the clouds, it gets through your melanin, it gets through the rain, it gets through everything. And a sunburn can cause cancer.
Yep. It absolutely can.
Time in nature is good for you physically, emotionally, mentally, literally everythingly. But wear your sunscreen.
For the love of God, wear your sunscreen. We beg of you.
To move on into more mental health care, because like I said, time in nature with vitamin D, getting sun in your skin, you need vitamin D. 50 minutes a day is great for you. Use that time out in the nature to do some kind of meditation. It could be yoga meditation. So it could be literally doing all three together. It could
We
just
have
be
an
sitting
episode on
there.
that.
We do have an episode on that. There's plenty of meditations that you could do outside. So you can go, we'll link that video because we do have a meditation video. Take a book outside, read with you. Reading is great mental health care because you're intaking stuff.
Yep.
You're intaking words.
You're consuming.
But it's not just mindless consumption that an animation gives you because you don't need to think about anything. When you're reading a book, your mind is going to start imagining.
That theater
in
of the
some
mind.
kind of way. Even if you don't get the whole picture, you might be imagining how their voices sound. Or you could be imagining the way everything smells. I don't know. Whatever you guys do.
It's a really good way to challenge your creative mind. It's a good way to challenge your imagination.
I love reading. And that also, on the flip side, writing is also a really good way to do the same.
Journaling, absolutely. Or just writing in general.
Yeah, I was going to say, it doesn't have to be just journaling. That could be a little bit more emotional self-care. But writing, any kind of like little short story that comes to mind, if you're sitting around and you think of some kind of idea, write it out. And then start planning the idea. Even if it's something that you throw away in 2 weeks because you're bored with the idea, that practice of thinking, of being creative, of planning out some ideas will help your mind grows. I lost my train of thought for sure at the very end of that.
Now you made me lose my train of thought. Damn, we just goodbye train of thought. If honestly, like, yeah, if that makes you comfortable throwing that stuff away, that's okay. I personally would recommend to keep them because then you can see how much you've grown and how much you evolved from when you started to where you are currently. And then you can use that as a motivation. Like, wow, okay, this is what I used to do. And this is what I do now. I've come a long way. Holy shit, I've evolved. I'm a brand new bitch. And then embrace it because that's growth. You're growing and you have a timeline, a physical timeline of your growth.
Yeah, absolutely. My bad on not really. I didn't mean to say throw them away. I'm just saying you don't have to like take them seriously. They could be just throw out ideas. But yeah, I would recommend keeping them for sure. Sudoku or crossword puzzles, any kind of puzzles, word puzzles, really good to like just tease the brain.
Yep. There is an app that I have it's the New York Times Games app. And it's got mini crossword puzzles. It's got regular crossword puzzles. It's got Sudoku. It's got Wordle. It's got this game called Strands where you can, it's like a, not a crossword puzzle. What are those like find the word puzzles? Whatever.
I think I know what you mean.
But
I can't
it's
think
like
of the
one
name.
of those. But they just give you a general theme and you have to find out what the theme is based on the words that you can see that you find. It's got like a matching game where you can clear the entire board. It's got a lot of games. It is in a subscription. So I can't off the top of my head tell you how much it is, but it's not over $10. I can tell you that it's definitely not over $10. So if that's something that you can afford to spare, I absolutely recommend it as a good brain teaser.
There's also ways to find those kind of games online for free if you can't. Nothing is we will not be talking about anything that is strictly paywalled. You can find crossword online. Literally anywhere, just open source crossword. Now that I know you Google stuff with open source. Thank you, Mia. God damn, why did I never think about that? It makes so much sense now that I know. But I'm like, you dumb bag of rocks.
I had to be taught the
But
same thing.
on that grain of open source kind of looking is learn something new. Learn a hobby. Learn something you wanted to learn when you were a kid. Do something childlike. If it's coloring, color a coloring book. Absolutely. There's all kind of hobbies that you could learn. Learn to knit. Learn to sew, because all you really need is a needle and thread.
Mm-hmm.
Once your pants break, time to sew. Okay, where were we?
I have no idea.
Learn something new. Mental self-care.
Yes. There are some good arts and crafts places that have yarn and needles for cheap. Now, if you want to learn a hobby, don't go out of your way to start buying all of these products that are super fucking expensive, because cheap products will do the same thing. Now,
especially while you're learning, because it's super good to waste cheap products while you're not doing good work.
Right, like yarn. You got some cheap yarn, that's fine. It might not hold up as better as, you know, a more expensive, better quality yarn, but you're getting your hands into the habit of doing those stitches. Same goes for knitting. You're getting your hands in that habit of stitching.
And the truth is, when you're doing those, when you're starting, those stitches aren't going to hold regardless, even if you have a nice yard. Because you don't know what you're doing. You're still learning. It's going to come out. So you might as well use something cheap to learn with. And then once you're ready and you know what you're doing, then upgrade. Mm-hmm. But even just, you could learn how to play something as easy as a tabletop RPG through YouTube for completely free.
Yep. Make all the OCs in every AU that you want to, that you got shamed for doing when you were younger. We do the same thing. We will encourage you to continue to do that.
I am currently making a new OC in Final Fantasy 14. So,
and I've got like a billion OCs in like every anime universe ever.
I've got OCs in literally every universe ever. Let me correct myself. Specifically, I have one OC that exists in a lot of worlds, and then I have more OCs that exist in one world. But one OC rules them all. You'll meet her one day. Surely.
So, yeah, don't let any childlike hobby that you have that you stop doing because people made fun of you, fuck them. Keep doing it, because it's a good way for self-expression, and you're letting out your creativity. You're not just keeping it all bottled up and wishing, well, what if, because then that what if is going to keep coming back to bite you in the ass, and then you're going to be regretting it for so long because you just didn't allow yourself to express yourself creatively. So definitely do those childlike hobbies, even if it's drawing with colored pencils or crayons, even if you open up MS Paint. If you have a computer, because you can't have like Photoshop, download GIMP.
Guess what? That shit, I was gonna say, that shit got layers now.
That shit
MS Paint got layers now.
It's not as smooth, but it's got layers now.
It's got layers. It's fancy. It's getting up there. You can have fun in there. But that also ties into doing a childlike hobby. There is very much something of emotionally self-caring involved in reattuning with your child self. So I think that's a very good starting point for taking on emotional self-care and talking about what we could do for emotional self-care, which is being in tune with your child self.
Yep.
That
do
was the
things
most
for your child self. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, you're so fine.
Do the things that you wanted to do when you were younger that you couldn't now. You loved playing video games when you were younger, but you couldn't because there was just not enough time, or you had to go to bed at a certain time so you couldn't get as far as you wanted. Play those video games now.
Or your parents never bought you a memory card, so you could only play for so long, and then you kind of had to turn the TV off but leave the game on so you could try and pick it up in the morning, but it never really worked out. Not speaking from experience.
If you love coloring and you saw that like 108 pack of Crayolas that your parents or guardian never got for you that you wanted so badly, buy them now. I bought that shit and I was so fucking happy because I'm like, ooh, look at all these colors. Look, yeah. My point exactly.
I literally bought these for myself not a couple weeks ago. We taking care of our emotional child's practice gratitude. At the end of the day, write down 3 things that your child self would have been proud of you or would have been excited that you did that day. Even if it's just, he ate fudge for dinner. Fuck yeah, your child self would love you for that shit.
Right. Oh, what? You had pancakes for dinner? That's awesome. I've always
You had
wanted to have
breakfast for
pancakes
dinner?
for dinner. Right.
It's like, tell yourself, your positive affirmations can be about things that your child self would be proud of you for.
Mm-hmm.
Even if it's as if you were a young, depressed child. Because I do know kids that were sad children, and it's just that I got up today. I got up, I got showered, I cleaned myself up. You'd be really proud of me for taking care of myself properly today.
Mm-hmm.
And that's a great way of taking care of yourself emotionally. Reminding yourself that every step of taking care of yourself and making sure that you live to see another day is something to be proud and grateful for.
Absolutely. I definitely agree. That's why.
Even
my
if
hair
you just
color-
rotted in bed, you still lived. You still made it to the next day. You still survived in some fashion. You did enough to make it to the next day, and that's to be proud.
You made it enough to become an adult.
And that's something that some people can't say. So be proud of yourself for that. Letting go of things from your past that might have left you depressed and all that kind of stuff is also a way of taking care of yourself emotionally.
Mm-hmm.
And ties perfectly into everything that we're talking about. Reflecting, letting go, reflecting on your emotions and understanding what they're trying to tell you, trying to understand why you're rotting in bed all day. Why would you rather be engaged in your phone in a fantasy world that does not necessarily exist because everybody is lying on social media in some way instead of existing in your own world? Why do you want to do that? Reflecting on that and understanding why you want to rot so badly will make you start not wanting to rot. Reflecting is the first step to improvement.
Shadow working, baby.
Shadow working, for sure.
And it is a very emotional process, shadow working. But I promise when you are done, you are going to feel so liberated. You're going to feel like you reclaimed who you were before all of that stuff happened.
It's done. As in, it's never really done. You're always working towards a level of integrating your shadow. Your shadow will never be gone. It is a part of you. We are all good and bad. Yin and yang is a thing. Yin has yang in it. Yang has yin in it. That's just how it works. You just understand that there are places in time that your shadow can come out to play, and there are places that your shadow cannot come out to play.
That is why whenever you try so hard to forget that something happened or something exists, you think about it more because you're trying to push it away so badly to the point where that's all you think about. That's the one thing that consumes you because you're taking all your energy to like forget. But by doing so, you're constantly
reminding yourself.
Yes. And that's why
you're reminding yourself.
Shadow working is good because it will teach you instead of, man, oh, I don't want to think about my ex because all of the bad that they did to me. Instead of that, say, I understand what my ex did. What my ex did was fucked, but it happened. And now it's my turn to take that lesson and apply it to becoming a better person rather than becoming someone scorned and taking all of your energy and your life's purpose, which is dedicated to fucking them over in some way. That will never work most of the time, because why would it?
Yeah, never. It never works. And then the last part of emotionally expressing yourself and emotionally self-caring is, after all this reflecting and letting go and all of that, is you want to do something creatively that allows you to express those kind of emotions. Even if it's ugly as sin, even if it's negative as sin, it could be writing out those emotions, it can be drawing out those emotions, it can be knitting out those emotions. I didn't know what else to say. It's like, listen, my brain farted and that was the only thing that came to mind.
I mean, you're not wrong. You can angry knit and just, the stitches probably won't be that great, but you're at least finding an outlet for all of that pent up aggression instead of going to punch something. Or you can go to a gym and punch a boxing bag or whatever the hell they're called. Punching bag? Punching bag. Oh my god. I do box good.
She said boxing bag.
Boxing bag? Or those little thingies that go like.
I get you.
I gotta do
Yeah,
something.
now is not the time to be. This little moment really reminds me of the fact that you do need to spend time with your friends.
Absolutely.
As a part of your social self-care. Spend time with friends, family, check in, call somebody, text somebody, play a game with somebody, do something with somebody where you're actually like talking, not just typing, but like verbally communicating with somebody.
Right.
There's something.
What was I saying? Oh, like, it's okay to be an introvert and it's okay to be an extrovert. It's okay to be an ambivert. Sometimes you're not even an introvert, or maybe you are an extrovert and you just haven't found the right people to express your extrovert. I recently found out that I'm actually an extrovert, but only to people that I'm close with, that I know has the same energy as I do. Because if it's somebody that I'm a stranger to, I'm just gonna be, chill. And it's not like I'm not gonna be social. I'm not gonna just hide in the wall like, I'm just gonna be more cautious, like, oh, hi. I'm not necessarily hiding my true self. I'm feeling them out first to see if it's something that I want to either invest in or stay away from.
Right. That also has a lot to do with you're basically describing what is omnivert. Is in elements where they're comfortable, they are an extrovert.
Yep.
In elements where they're not comfortable, they're an introvert. So that makes them more, and I think a lot of people fall more in line with being an omnivert than actually being extroverted or introverted. I think that everybody, it's a lot more new. I'm realizing that life is a lot more nuanced, and to the point where nobody is one thing or another. They tend to be one thing sometimes and another thing sometimes.
It's the balance.
So you have to find a balance. If you could only hang out with somebody once a month because that's all you have time or energy for, then so be it. That's once a month that you need to find somebody to hang out with, to reach out with. Gaming is a great way of hooking up with people for free, because there are games like League of Legends. I know to say those set of words, but it is free. You don't need to do anything nor buy anything to play the game.
I hate that you're right.
So it is a free way to hang out with 5 of your friends very easily.
Overwatch 2, unfortunately, is in the same boat. I I will say though, disclaimer, play those games with your friends in doses,
Oh yeah,
because, and
absolutely.
I'm speaking from experience, I have had a couple friends that I've played video games with that just kind of bring down the morale because they're getting tilted. And it's less, I don't want to play with you because it's more, I want you to regulate your emotions more. So when we do play this, you're not, you're not ruining the experience for someone else. Or if they get to that point, stop playing the game. Don't let them keep going if they feel like that, because it's just going to get worse and worse and worse. And by the time y'all are done playing the game and you're trying to talk them down from that, it's going to be impossible to get through to them because they're so in their head about being so mad that they don't want to hear a voice of reason right now. They want to rage baby it out. So please
that comes with
do that
knowing,
with caution.
Yeah, that comes with knowing more who to play games with. Because I think that those people that get that way playing a game just really shouldn't be playing, because it's not healthy for them.
Yeah, don't force yourself to play a game that you know you're not going to enjoy. Please.
Yeah,
that's why I stopped playing League of Legends, because I didn't enjoy it anymore.
Yeah, I've stopped playing League of Legends as well. I play TFT though. TFT is a fun game.
TFT is
I don't play the
absolutely
regular
fun.
game. I don't play the regular game. So yeah, that's more along the lines of figuring out who you want to game with, because there are people that are really good and fun to game with for sure. A lot of social self-care is reaching out to other people. For our witchy friends, there's a couple witchy discords that you can join that hold classes. I have one. Let me get the name here real fast. That's why I was looking up earlier and I
think
forgot.
it's called the Witching Hour.
Okay, so yes, the Witching Hour, but I also have another one called the Academy of Witching Arts, and they just have a lot of information. And there is... Okay, yeah. Witching Hour and the Academy of Mystic Arts are two discords that have a lot of information, a lot of people are super active. So there's lots that you can learn and talk and just reach out and commune with other witches. Also, to make sure that you are actively listening to other people when you are hanging out with them. Don't just go and hang out with them, but be doing your own thing and muted and blah, blah, blah. And you're not actually paying attention to them, not actually interacting with them. Give them your time.
Yeah, I would say I'm guilty of doing that, but that's just because
those are people, Mia, that's different because we hang out with our friends a little bit more often than most people.
Well, I'm saying from my perspective.
Yeah.
And some like, it's okay to do that so long as you are normally socially active with them. I personally will go into a call, but I'll be deafened because I just want the presence. Like, it's not that I don't want to talk to them, it's just that I want to do this right now, but I would like, it's like body doubling, but not necessarily. It's just I like to have the company around. Like to know that I've got people around me.
That is a little different than what I'm talking about, because I'm talking about when you go to hang out with your friends specifically to talk to them.
Oh, okay. Then yeah, don't do that.
Yeah, no, this is not, oh, I'm just trying to body double. That's a whole different ball game. This is when, oh, I'm going to hang out with this friend that I usually typically don't hang out with. Okay, so you're going to sit there, mute and deafen just for their presence?
That's like calling someone on the phone and just... Like, come on.
So yeah,
like, some people do deadly. If you do that, go ahead and comment and explain why you do that, because we would absolutely love to know what's going on in your head when you do that. Because I don't understand it, and I don't think Space understands it either.
Yeah, it's like if you're gonna call and then not talk to me, I'm gonna hang up on you.
Like if y'all are already talking and then it just goes silent because y'all are doing something, but y'all are still hanging
That's
out.
different.
That's fine. Totally fine.
Yeah, because that's body doubling basically. You're just existing in the presence of somebody else, but you've talked and you've settled in, and you're like, okay, now I can do stuff, and they're there on the other side. Cool. But if you literally go, hey, what are you doing? Nothing.
That's small talk. If you have to small talk with your friends, that's not your friend, that's an acquaintance. I'm sorry
Yes.
that you had to find out this way.
I'm really sorry you had to find out this way.
But me
Because-
and my friends don't really like. Yeah, it's okay.
The thing is, I'll small talk with my friends much more than I'll small talk with an acquaintance. And I mean in a way of, oh, hey, how are you doing today? I'm good, but you'll tell me, blah blah blah. Took a shit on the floor today.
Yeah, I would call that less small talk and just call that checking in.
Yeah, that's what I think that a lot of people view small talk as checking in, and there's a difference between,
like, there's how are you doing as in I'm checking in with my friend to see how they're doing, and then a stranger, hey, how you doing, as just like a what's going on, what's up?
Yeah, what's up? How, like, good, how are you doing? Good.
Oh, good. Yeah, it's a conversation starter that won't really lead into anything else, whereas asking your friend, hey, what's up, how you doing, and your friend will, well, today I had diarrhea because I don't know, I might have done something bad to someone, and then they cast diarrhea on me. 90% of the time when I'm talking to my friends, I'm sitting on the toilet. Hey, what you doing? Oh, just taking a fat dumpy. What's up?
Oh my god, that's gonna be on the internet forever.
I don't care. Yeah, I take fat dumpies. We can shit. Like, thanks for telling me about your fat dumpy. I'm that friend that will tell you things that you did not fucking ask about. Like, I have a friend where I will literally be like,
that's an understatement.
Like, the first thing I message when I wake up, oh my god, bro, last night I had the fucking worst diarrhea. It was coming out like a waterfall, and they're like, okay, good morning, Mia. like damn, you couldn't say good morning first. This is how you greet me.
Meanwhile, she'll send the same thing to me, and I'll be like, "Do me too." Be like, "What the fuck?
Like,
what's in the water?"
I have so many friends that are just so done with my shit, and it's so weird because I will still do something and they'll still be surprised by it, and I'm like, "Bro, come on, act like you know who I am."
But yeah, so like that's the active listening kind of thing, is like going into the conversation and actually paying attention to what people are saying. I'll pay attention to the fact that Mia has diarrhea. It's just, that's how it is. I will listen to that fact.
It's probably my karma for wishing diarrhea on other people. Because every time I'm like, oh, I hope you get diarrhea. Like that one day that we were watching SummerSlam, I tweeted Dominic Mysterio, like, I hope you shit your pants. I hope you get diarrhea. That same fucking night, I shit my pant and I had diarrhea. I was like, I'm sorry, Dom. I didn't mean it. Because Dom's actually a great person. It's just kayfabe.
Kayfabe is great. It makes you feel things.
Kayfabe is real and gives me diarrhea.
Mia attracted that by putting that out into the air, and that's why it came back to her. The world went, oh, you talking about diarrhea? You must want diarrhea. Okay.
Here's your diarrhea. No, not me. Wrong person.
Oh my god. Okay.
Diarrhea is a good self-care tool because you're pooping out all that negativity. You're pooping out all of that stress and that anxiety.
I don't co-sign that at all.
Yes, you do.
Maybe. unless you had milk and you're lactose intolerant like us.
Well, you're just stupid at that point. You have no one to blame but yourself for willingly consuming dairy, knowing damn well you shit your pants every time you have some ice cream.
This bitch has the audacity to talk shit like this. When her ass be like, I'm selectively lactose intolerant.
I am.
No, it's just that I didn't have enough lactose to be intolerant right now.
I got, there's 4 p.m. milk, and then there's 9 p.m. milk. 4 p.m. milk, I'm fine, I'm great, I'm wonderful. 9 p.m. milk, I'm shitting my ass. I don't know what it is about that 9 p.m. milk.
I think that's just the time you really shouldn't be having milk, at 9 p.m.
I
Mia.
think so too. But damn, I really wanted some Fruity Pebbles, and so I took the L.
My husband relates to that with his Frosted Flakes, for real.
Oh my god, I love cereal, but I don't like at 9 p.m. cereal.
Also, there's some, okay, this episode's almost an hour long already. Or way over an hour, actually.
I only have an hour.
Okay, cool. So we didn't go that long. Because I was gonna say, we have a lot to talk about left on this. Because there's one thing that I accidentally forgot to talk about, and I'm real dumb, that does with mental, emotional, and social. And it's the complete flip side of everything we were just talking about. Going completely dark and signing off of everything. A digital detox will do you good. Because in this day and age, your attention is your currency. We are in an attention economy. So by signing off and giving your attention that refresh and being bored with no screens, it's really good for you.
Yeah, you'll also just discover a lot of things that you wouldn't have discovered because you've had your face buried in your phone. Whenever me and my family go for a vacation, I'm so consumed with being social with everybody that I forget my phone exists. And nobody on the internet will hear from me for that weekend because I'm doing other things away from, you know, the internet, the online, period.
You need to step away from the internet in some way, shape, or form. You need to set the phone down for, I do about 45 minutes a day every morning from the time that I wake up. And I'll do like all my self-care during that day.
Mm-hmm.
Journaling, blah, 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 whatever I plan to do that morning. I do it without ever touching my phone. The only thing I use my phone for is the alarm that wakes me up, and I turn it off, and that's it.
Mm-hmm.
And I just give myself that 45 minutes to settle into myself, to be a little bored, to fill my time for 45 minutes. And I feel like refreshed, and I'm ready to be social with people. And it gives I'm able to concentrate a little bit longer on things now than I used to be. Even though I still watch things at 2 times speed just because people, not 2 times speed, I do it 1.5 because people talk slow. But that's a way of taking care of your emotional, your mental, and your social. And it also is really easy for you introverts. You can do that for sure.
Absolutely can do that. Be like Gautier and just go dark for years and have people speculate what happened to you. Is my eyelash coming off?
I think it is.
Oh my god. Okay, well, I'm doing this episode with a fucked up eyelash now, so y'all just gonna have to take it because I'm a real bitch, okay?
Listen, we all go through it. We ain't gonna be fake. You're gonna see the real shit.
All right, this is how I look.
And now I do want to talk about, there's a quick list of things that I have that are a little bit more on the witchy side of self-care. And I wanted to cover the spirituality side first, that is less any kind of, it's just good for anybody to do. Because you guys, for us witches, if you need to create an altar, perfect time to do some witchy self-care is creating an altar, a sacred space in your house that you can do spellcraft. You set up your tarot cards in whatever kind of way. Like at my desk is where I have my space. So I have above my desk, I have my little tarot cloth that is hung up because it has the sun in its 3 phases. The mother, the crone, and the baby. Shadow work, tarot readings, since I know a lot of you out there who are already in witchcraft, the first thing you buy is a set of tarot book. So tarot readings is a great way to self-care. Sitting with your favorite crystals, which Mia knows well. Great way of... I have my little obsidian.
I want an obsidian ball so bad. I got my
Love this
amethyst,
thing.
I got my black tourmaline, and I got my obsidian right here.
As you can see, I literally have a reading out from earlier that we did right before I got on.
Yep, I have that too. On both the witchy and the spiritual and the normal aspect, I don't remember if we mentioned this or not. Cleaning. Cleansing.
We did not, actually.
Cleaning is such a nice and free way of self-care because happy home, happy you. And there is there was something that I had learned a little bit ago, and it was that cleaning up your bathroom, a clean bathroom will help you yield money. A clean living room will help you yield opportunities, and a clean bedroom will just make you generally a happy person. And I think I mentioned this in one of the other episodes that we had too, one of the older episodes, that there was a guy who was giving a speech that said, as long as you make your bed, there's always something good to come back to at the end of the day. You could have the shittiest day in the entire fucking world, but at least you have a made up bed that you can sleep in.
And I am somebody that makes her bed every single morning, and I do agree. That bed gets made every morning. I nap on my bed under another cover so I don't mess it up.
Yep.
Because even if I want to take a nap, I don't want to mess my bed up.
Right.
It's just a nap. I'm not going to sleep. I'm taking a nap. So I don't get into bed to take a nap. So I absolutely 100% agree, because it is really nice to always come home to a nice made bed.
It sure
like,
fucking
fuck
is.
Yeah, this shit was awful, but this shit is nice.
My bed is made and it's comfy. But
it's
yeah,
comfy. Everything's red.
Clean up your space. Do the laundry, fold the clothes, put the dishes away, load the dishes, clean your crystals, cleanse your cards, all that good stuff. Just clean, clean, clean. And the more that you have this space that is just nice and aesthetically pleasing to look at, because there's no dirt on the wall or there's no clothes littering the floor. And when everything is clean, it's like, wow, it feels refreshing. It has a nice, refreshing feeling.
Nice to work in. It feels nice. It's a nice space to work in when it's clean. And it also brings up another thing, is when you mentioned cleaning your kitchen, I think, at some point. I don't remember. But kitchen witchery is a great way of self-care. Because you got food in your house. You make food in your house. There's a website, I believe, that you can throw whatever ingredients you have in your house, and it will give you a recipe that you can make.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yes.
That, I'm not gonna lie, it's ass.
Oh shit, for real?
It's ass. Because I'm like, okay, what can I make with American cheese and some pasta noodles and some ketchup? And they're like, well, this. And I'm like, okay. I'm not fucking cooking this. It literally just takes all of your ingredients and meshes them up into a Frankenstein of a dish that you can make.
Oh God. That's fair. I mean, it is AI. What can I say?
Well, let me see. I don't know if it's the last time this was like a year or two ago when I did it. So it probably has changed. But last time I tried it, it was poo-poo caca.
But there are different kind of websites that you can look up ingredients that you have in-house and figure out what recipes you can make. Not just the one that, like that. Ooh. I always wanted to use it, and now I'm sad that it sucks. Poo poo.
I don't even
But-
remember what it's called, honestly. Was it Super Cook?
Oh shit! Yeah, this is different than the one I ever heard of. Supercook is a one that you could maybe use. Looks pretty alright.
But I know what you're talking about. I saw something like that, or I did something like that a very, very long time ago.
Okay, this one actually gives you recipe. Supercook actually gives you like websites you go to,
Mm-hmm.
and it's not just smashing recipes together. So Supercook sounds like it could be okay. Whatever Mia's talking about, sounds poo poo caca.
Yeah, don't bother with it.
But baking, cooking, it's a great way of self-care for sure.
Mm-hmm.
It's physical self-care, it's mental self-care because it makes you think, it makes you be creative. I think it could be emotional self-care in a way of just having something to focus on.
Mm-hmm. But also cooking is like, cooking is absolutely spell work if you put that intention and energy into it. Said it before.
Absolutely.
Got some black pepper, some Italian seasoning in your cabinet.
We can link
Some
that
pink
last
Himalayan
video.
salt. Yeah, like I am not a kitchen witch. I actually don't even know what kind of witch I am. I'm still baby.
Yeah,
I'm on my journey trying to figure out what I am. But kitchen witchery don't sound too bad.
I would love to incorporate more kitchen witchery into my practice because I love making like jams and fudge. I just made fudge. I just made jam.
And I'm jealous because I don't have none.
It's because it's hard to send fudge and jam through the mail. I have found out. So we have to figure out how to send it properly.
I understand.
But also Mia brought this up before we even started. Library cards. Get a library card. You can get a lot of stuff through the library. There's Libby, there's Hoopla, are reading apps that you can read on your phone if you read on your phone. I'm a slutty book reader, sorry, but I have to have the physical book in my hand. It just makes me feel so good. But I totally understand the vibe of reading on your phone.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a great way of getting in that reading that I know my library in my area, they have event nights, and one of them is Lego for adults. And it's completely free, so I'm assuming that they have Legos there that you build during that.
I like that there are certain activities that are just breaking the age gap or breaking the age limit. Because if you think that I still don't want to get some Bratz dolls and some Barbie dolls and a Barbie dream house to play with, you're wrong. I would love to have a Bratz doll. Do you know what kind of dramatic? It's like Sims. Physical. Oh my God. Physical Sims.
Oh my God.
Sims 4 is free on EA. If you are that kind of person that likes crafting up stories and likes little simulation games, I definitely recommend The Sims 4.
Or if you like building.
Because it has a really okay-ish building system for their houses.
They at least have a lot that you can do in the building system. The building system is a little bit odd and complex in how it works, but there's a lot that you can do just free.
Yep.
And EA is perfectly fine with the modding community, so I feel fine talking about it. You can get a lot of CC, a lot of mods, completely free.
Right. If you have base game and there's more things you want in your game, definitely download mods. Not the paywalled ones, especially the ones that are paywalled and don't have functional items. You know who you are.
We know who you are.
By the way.
$55. That's all I'm saying. Anyway, moving along from that. Before we name drop. So, I think, what else do we have to cover?
This eyelash, because it's still coming off my eyeball. You know
what?
I'm
for
just
real,
ready to take these off. I don't care.
Damn, she done took her lashes off on camera. Bitch, we're getting a D.
Listen, I like looking cute, but I'm also real as fuck.
Comfortable.
And so, yeah, I'm comfortable. Like, I don't care. Y'all know, if anybody see me in real life, I look like 3 different people a time, okay? So, however I choose to look that day is how you gonna see me. But you always gonna see my bare face sometimes, no matter what. Don't care. Even right now, I just have on
Absolutely.
eyeshadow and eyeshadow. Like, this is
I
not even
literally-
lipstick. This is eyeshadow.
I have mascara on and eyeliner, and that's it.
I just like
Lighting
makeup
is
because I'm
lighting.
dramatic.
I was gonna do makeup, but my eyes were irritating when I put the eyeliner on. I was just like, okay, I'm not gonna push it today.
Yeah,
So.
I don't even have on foundation. My face is just oily as fucking shit.
That's so relatable for real, though. I think we've done a good job wrapping up everything that we could do for self-care completely free.
Yeah,
cheap.
if you have any self-care tips that are cost efficient or free, make sure that you comment them
that we did
in
not
the
mention.
comment section that we did not mention, because we would love to see how everybody else does their self-care routines.
And also, you guys might have some really good ideas that we haven't thought of, and we would like more self-care to better ourselves.
Yeah, we're always welcome to see and listen to our community.
That's what this whole thing is about, is finding more knowledge and sharing knowledge. So make sure you share below. Hit the subscribe so you can keep learning with us, and hit the notification bell for make sure you know when we upload, and we will see you guys next week.
We'll see you guys this Friday.
Actually, yeah, I was gonna say, wait a second, we'll see you guys this Friday,
because we will be watching more Apothecary Diaries.
That we learned is actually called the Apothecary
Diaries.
It's because Mia is vain and looked us on the internet and figured that out. So
I do be ego surfing. I don't care. We can have 1 view, 2 views, 1,000 views, 1,000,000 views. I like to ego surf because I like to see the progression. I like to see where we started, and I like to see where we are now. So and yes, I ego surf.
I ego search to see where we're gonna go. Like, I'm just like, yeah, this is where we were, this is where we are, and this is where we're gonna go.
Period.
100% believe in this.
We are documenting our growth so we can go
everybody.
back when we are almost at a point where we want to be. Because there's really, like Space said earlier, there's no stopping. You just keep going and going and going. But when we reach a point where we have been trying to get to, we're going to look back at these videos and we're going to be like, oh, look at us. We're so
cute. Look at your little baby.
Look at your little baby.
I'm going to pinch her cheeks.
Right.
So.
Look at her makeup. It looks so gross.
Yeah, absolutely. Can't wait to bully past me. Be like, oh my God, look how embarrassing she looks. But I'll be really proud of her too. So, because past me would have never done this.
Past me wouldn't have either. Past me would be happy that I am being this consistent with something.
That is me. Past me is just happy with the consistency. We've got so much planned already and recorded, and we're just uploading slowly but surely. We have all month of August taken care of.
We're booked in.
We almost have. Yeah, we are busy. We are consistent, and I'm really excited for you guys to see. So make sure to follow, subscribe, hit all the notifications, and we'll talk to you Friday.
Yes, remember, practice wisely and stay safe. May all of your affirmations and manifestations come to fruition. Goodbye, everybody.
Stay mystical. Bye-bye.
Lost in paradise.
Well, that's going in the video for sure. I will pay dollars to see that on the interwebs forever. I drooled on myself. I laughed so hard. Oh, okay. All right.